This was back in the day when motorcycles required a number plate on the front as well, not only on the rear. The reason they stopped doing this, because apparently, and I don't know how true it is, if you were to come in an accident, the number plate could possibly decapitate you. And that's why they don't run number plates on the front of motorcycles anymore.
Or give you a lovely cut on the leg.
Well, yeah, but the decapitation one makes me also believe, like, I don't want that on.
When boys were boys and not soft.
Yeah, this is an actual functioning steam engine.
Not steam engine, yeah.
Yeah, so you make a little fire there, fill it up with water.
Yep.
You make a little fire, so you put lighter fluid on.
Yep. Lighter fluid,
stick it in there, light it on fire.
Fill this with water.
Fill it with water, and it would literally...
You can put a belt on here and put a hammer on it, or whatever.
A functioning steam engine.
Mammoth steam engine. Real toys.
This is wonderful. If you look up there, that is a serious case of trip down memory lane. Interesting story about cream soda. Cream soda, South Africa is the only country where cream soda is green, I believe. Because when the first time they shipped cream soda to South Africa, they shipped them, the fluid or the drink, in copper containers. And when they arrived in South Africa, the copper containers had a reaction with the liquid and it came out green. That's why I've watched a lot of videos where everyone's trying South African things and they try cream soda and they're like, but it's green. And then I realized it's only green in South Africa. So yeah, that was cream soda was when I was a kid. I remember Tropical Punch. That was like late 80s. Early 90s, it kind of phased out. And I remember the peach one as well. I see you have a peach can. No, you don't have a peach can.
All these cans are strangely from 1994. A guy had a problem in 1994.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got it.
Yeah, I remember it because it kind of phased out here in the early 90s that you stopped seeing.
Yeah. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog one.
Oh, and there's a tab.
Yep.
I haven't seen the tab in years. It's been changed by swapped out by Coke Light.
That's it. An appetizer.
There's appetizer. There's
the Fanta Tropical Punch. You don't get that anymore.
Yeah, and the diet, not the diet Coke, the vanilla Coke that you don't get here anymore. And you can get it at certain stores, but you pay half a liver to drink a vanilla Coke. We do not do vanilla Coke because, curious again, it was so popular when it came to South Africa that it outsold Coke. And then they stopped. Same story with Fresca. We haven't had Fresca in years. It was too popular in this country, so it ate too much into Coke's profits.
One of the oldest toy manufacturers in the world, Steiff Teddy Bear from Germany, from the 1800s on.
Wow, this is obviously it's a hedgehog. With a dress on.
Mickey and Mackie, there's two of them. They're a pair. There's a smaller set.
Oh wow! And this is out of before the 1900s.
This is early 1900s, but they made bears from before.
Oh, okay, now I get you.
And they are highly valuable.
Okay, so here's an interesting cabinet. It's filled with little motorcycles. And it came, little motorcycles, you bought them you got them in your cereal. So a collection of 3 different models. The Norton Commando, the BMW 100 RS, and the Moto Guzzi, which was an Italian bike. It's not, I believe it's not the greatest quality, but nothing in a cereal box was ever the greatest quality, not even the stuff that's supposed to feed you. This is a little BMW Isetta, or it was called the Isetta, or as everyone knows it as the bubble car. Interesting fact about this car. It had an engine in the back, and you climbed in on the front. But there was no reverse gear on this car, so you couldn't reverse out of somewhere. So if you parked, you couldn't get out of the car. You had to get out and lift the car up and push it into a parking. But they were super light. It's not like it is hard work to do it. Then we've got a thing that I could never play with in my entire life, no matter how hard I tried. A top. So what you would do with these is you would wrap a rope around it, like a yo-yo rope. Now, often people won't even know what a yo-yo is, but you would wrap the rope around it, and then you would throw it, but you'll hold on to the rope. and it would spin and hop and do its little thing on the ground. 42 years old, to this day, I cannot spin a top. Never could. You've got quite a few of them, the old.
Yeah, all wooden,
All wooden, yeah, that's the other thing
All
that's
wooden, only
interesting about it.
not plastic.
But now, we're getting to the interesting thing. Cell phones out of back in the day. I believe this was called the Alcatel One Touch B. That little aerial that came out. Weighs a ton. It's not the heaviest one. I'm going to grab the heaviest one now. But what made these interesting was it came with a little adapter on the back. This was, by the way, the battery pack. This was the battery pack. This is still one of the SIM cards with the size of bank cards. So what makes these interesting is it came with a little casing that didn't have a battery in, that you could put pen light batteries in, like normal AA batteries. I believe it took 4 of them. It didn't give you a lot of time. You could maybe do 1 call on them and the batteries would be dead, but that was an interesting thing about the Alcatel models that they had. Then I remember my dad's first phone when I was a kid was one of these. This was a Nokia 2110. Same story. I remember it very well because it was the first phone that had a SIM card that was small. Not the whole bank card sized one. Battery life, on a good day, about 5 hours. 2110, and then you had the 2110i. If you had a 2110i, you had fax capability. For those who don't know what fax is, that's when you send a message over telephone lines. No, not internet, not emails. You had a fax machine, the other person had a fax machine. You typed your message, and you put a paper through it, and it would copy it on the other end by the other person. Ooh, okay. I believe this was called the 9100 communicator. This was a very interesting phone. 9100, ne? Yeah, it was the 9100. You could have that, or you could be James Bond and drive your BMW 750i with your cell phone. And it'd die another day, I believe it was.
There's another one.
Oh. Here's the later model. I don't remember what this model was, but here's the later one. It should say what model this is. This is a 9300. This was the 9300 communicator. That was the battery. I will not charge this battery because it feels a bit fat.
I tried.
If you can find a battery, all of these phones still work, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you stick the chargers on them, they come on.
And I just want to find that one phone before we carry on. Where was it? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, before we get to the legend. This was a Siemens C10 or S10. Color screen?
Huh?
Black or white, and this is a C10.
Monochrome.
This was a C10. Yeah, this is the C10. Imagine walking around with one of these days.
Self-defense.
Yeah, it's a self-defense tool. You can literally throw someone with it.
And make a phone call.
And then make a phone call afterwards to phone the police.
Yep.
This is also a thing I never understood. Because no matter where you were, if there was no reception, pulling out the little antenna is not going to make it any better. And they were heavy. Heavy phones. But let's get to the legend. Let's get to the absolute legend. The most indestructible phone of all time. The 3310. What made them nice is you have to give me a second.
That should power up. Let's see. It's still charging the battery. No, one of them will power up. Come on, okay.
I do believe the last time they were charged, the batteries were so well that if this thing comes on now, the last time it was charged, there was a Bush running, being president of the United States.
Let's see, there's more.
And not the second one, the first one.
Some of them still switch on. Come on.
I think their batteries are quite dead. So the interesting thing about these were probably the most common phone that everyone had. I'm sorry for the noise now. And you could change the covers out. So if you were tired of the dark grayish blue color, you could literally Pass me that cover at the back behind the Siemens.
Ja, is een kaaselager. There we go.
You could literally change the color.
For the rugby guys.
So you had the front, and you had the back. Castle Lager is a beer, truly South African beer. I never liked these. I like the covers, but I never used the buttons. The buttons on the aftermarket covers were crap. So I would change the cover, but I would keep the original buttons because the feel of them were much better. But you could literally change it like you change your shoes.
Personalized.
You can do whatever. I had one that had my mate of mine did a special paint scheme on it.
And then in the other pocket you have this guy.
Oh, wow. A lot of people won't know what that is.
They were all stylish back then.
This is a
Sony
Walkman.
Yep.
So way before iPods and smartphones, we had to walk around with these. You put a cassette in there with your music.
Or if you want to stand out, buy a red one.
Oh, you could buy a red one. Some of them were waterproof, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
This was a Sanyo. Sanyo is quite a big Japanese make. So what made them quite interesting is, oh, look at that one. Oh, that one has a cassette in.
The very first iWa they made.
This one's got a cassette in.
It works.
This one's got a cassette in. What's on it? Tape 1314. How do you eject it? I don't remember how you ejected it.
Yeah. Memory.
There we go. So kids today will not understand the struggle of listening to a song and you want to go back to an exact point in it and you have to rewind. Because most of these couldn't rewind either. You could fast forward, but you couldn't rewind.
That one can. And then you have to carry this with you.
Yeah, you had to carry this with you. So you don't want to listen to the same. There was no cloud that we stored our music in. There was no playlists. If you wanted to make a playlist, you ran with one of these. I have no idea what that is.
Fine Young Cannibals.
Oh, yeah. So these were cassettes.
Yep.
Oh, some of them are still sealed.
Yes.
Never been played.
Uh-uh.
Never been played.
Monster
Eats. Oh, my Gideon. Now you're taking us back. Wow, Dr. Alban.
Yep.
So you had to walk around with these. So what you did was, so this was the original artist. You would grab one of those other cassettes and you put all your favorite songs on it. And you would walk around with your headphones on your head, playing your Walkman.
And then your buddy came past and made you look old.
I still have one of those. And it still works.
Yeah.
I've got a Wolfdale one.
Techniques.
Now, Techniques. They were wonderful. You could play your CDs on them. Same principle, but you carried your CDs with you. Which again, you burn the CD with all your favorite songs on because you don't want to listen to the same artist.
And you bought this with an adapter that goes in your radio tape for your car. You listen to CDs.
Oh, this is interesting. Then you could change your tape deck into a CD player.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Play it through the tape deck.
Yeah, Sony thought of everything. The bad thing about them were they weren't very shock resistant. So you would walk proper normal speed and you'd step wrong. And
that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, that also.
2 batteries 1 hour later.
Yeah, 1 hour later. 2 little A batteries.
Dead.
And on the CD player, it was still all right. On the tape, you would get this start singing like that. You know the battery is going. They weren't very shockproof. So you would have a lot of skipping. You'd listen to a song and you'd bump the CD player and half the song would be gone.
This one ain't too bad.
Yeah, the techniques. The decent companies made proper ones that were shock resistant stuff. But if you can think about it, the car radios were like that as well. Those cheap CD players, if you bumped into something in the road, they would skip the song or completely start playing a different song.
The very first digital watches had a red display.
Oh.
You press a button, it will show you the time for 30 seconds and go away because 8 batteries has no battery. Charge it in 2 weeks.
Yo.
Very first LCD watches.
Yeah? Give or take? What year?
70s.
Oh, wow.
Very first. This is what a popular brand. I think it's a Pulsar or something.
Yeah, Pulsar made quite good watches.
Yep.
And you got quite a bit of swatches, no?
Yeah, a few swatches.
Yeah. So when I was growing up as a teenager, You weren't anything if you didn't have a Swatch. And they came in such funky
Colors.
and models. And
There's a few Swatch jellies in here.
yeah, this is a Swatch jelly.
Jelly.
So
Looks
oh,
like
it's
that.
still running.
Yeah.
Wow, it's still running. So the rubber, the strap almost feels like a jelly bean. I'm not a jelly bean, a jelly baby.
Yeah, it's smooth.
That's why they were
Soft.
called jellies. But
And you can see through them.
You could see through them, and you could see the functioning of it. That was cool. I mean, I was very upset that I could never have one because my dad thought it was stupid.
That's your dad, mechanical.
Yeah, this is a mechanical one, and I love these straps because they would stretch. So it doesn't matter who you were or how thick your arm was. You just slipped it on. And this one's also still working.
Yeah, that one works perfect. Just a few shakes and it'll come alive.
Oh, is this a
Mechanical.
kinetic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a kinetic one. Oh wow. So by what they mean is if you, I don't know if you can catch that. As you turn it, you'll see there's a counterweight. There's a counterweight that moves. Now that winds the clock.
And you can wind it yourself as well. Normally. There she goes.
Wow. Oh my giddy on. Still in its box. I had one like this. Oh my god, I missed slide phones. Oh, it came with an instruction CD. Love it. But there was nothing cooler in this world than someone phoning you and you answered the phone like that and you closed it like that. I loved it. I had one of these. Look how small they were. Look how tiny they were. Let me do a comparison on the size for you. This is my current smartphone.
I prefer this.
I had the V360 if I remember correctly, or a V3.
No, this is older.
Oh, this is Samsung. Sorry, it's a Samsung.
You don't have to flip it open.
Yeah, it's a clamshell phone.
Uh-huh.
These were also pretty cool. But again, look how tiny it is compared to today's phones. I mean, this is... Back in the day, you would lose your phone because it was so small. But it was just so cool. I mean, just look at it. Love it.
And for the Blackberry.
Love it.
Where's the Blackberries? For the Blackberry guys.
A brick. A doorstopper. That's what I call them. I hate Blackberries.
Check this now.
This was... It was an E something, if I remember correctly. It was an E something. I wanted one of these, but I hated these little buttons. Yeah, it's E61. E61.
And in the last sort of technological warfare before we went completely digital, mini discs.
Mini discs?
Mini discs.
Okay, so no, I'll put it back now.
Fine.
Mini discs? Where did you even buy it?
Yeah. Come on. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Still works. I've got two of them.
Wonder what music's on here. Looks like a stiffy drive. It's stiffy.
There's some reggae on that one.
Insert this in here.
I've got the guy's whole collection.
But I never saw this growing up.
Very limited.
I mean, you couldn't go into a music hub. Music hub, by the way, is a store where you purchased music in South Africa. You couldn't walk in there and buy a mini disc. I don't remember that. Wow. This is so cool. Now you skip the track. You put the volume up and down. This is quite interesting. And where did you find these?
Flea market.
And they're still functioning. Oh, you said the one is.
Yeah, I've got a whole box full of discs and the earphones, everything with it.
Oh, interesting fact. Other thing, people. What was fancy on a phone back in the day was if you had a little torch incorporated into it. So you would unlock the screen. If I remember, these were you had to press the cancel button twice or something, and then the torch would go on. This person clearly didn't want to forget their cell phone number. You remember this one? Now, do you remember this phone? You remember where we found it? Oh my Gideon!
Survival knife.
When I was a kid, Rambo was a big thing.
1985, I had one.
And Rambo had a knife like this, with a compass in the back. It could unscrew My dad had one, and I was never allowed to touch the thing. But I remember when he wasn't nearby, or when he was at work, I would find it and mess around with it.
And when
It's
people
because our parents were very responsible people.
don't say what it is, people
Oh,
Tell what
I'm
it is.
so glad.
they must comment.
In the comments, I want people to guess what this is. Anyone that can guess what this is? I'm not going to show you the inside, but you would select a letter and pop it open, and something had to be in there. So in the comments, let me know what this is. Let's put that back before anyone gets interested. It's a Tamagotchi. Oh, look at this. Now, this was the craze back in the late 90s, 96, 97.
Early 2000.
A virtual pet. You had to feed him. You had to bathe him,
Water him,
water him,
put him to sleep.
put him to sleep. If you didn't give him attention, he would die of loneliness. Then you'd have to start over again. I always found this very stupid. I never had one because I found it stupid. But a lot of kids had it when I was growing up. I saw it made a comeback now. Now, this is going to be the interesting one. Dewald, tell us about these.
Nintendo, the world's favorite. What I had when I started in primary school.
Here is a functioning, as you can see,
They'll work.
working Nintendo Donkey Kong Jr. But there's a whole lot of them. There's Game Boys. This is that one's box. Same as this one. You can see he's climbing there. I actually played it and I got angry and I remember why I hated Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong double screen 1 and 2, boxed. Game Boy Advance.
A little Game Boy Advanced. With games. Oh no, what's in there?
This is very, very special. I don't know if you'll find another one like this, and I'll show you why. It's not the machine itself.
Oh, lovely.
It's boxed.
Oh.
Still boxed.
Wow, the startup time is slow.
Nah. Gotta put a game in.
Oh, let's put a game in.
All the accessories, everything.
Game in. I don't remember.
What do you want to play?
Oh, yeah. What is this?
See it on the bottom.
Duel Master Shadow of the Code.
Mhm.
It's an Atari game.
Yep.
We have to do the traditional. Otherwise, it's not going to work right.
Okay,
Believe me, it will not work right if you didn't it first.
let's go first.
Chuck in the game.
Okay.
Wrong way around here. It's been a minute. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should boot up into the game screen. Licensed by Nintendo.
Oh. You had model this?
90s.
Okay, let's start. Yes, English, please. Oh, somebody was already busy playing this.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you supposed to do in this game?
Don't know. And you got them in all different colors.
This is actually rather interesting.
And they had a proper light system in them. Whereas these don't have a light.
Oh, so you could only play it in daytime.
Yep. Yeah, I can play at night. If you're 6 years old and your eyes are very bloody good.
Where's the box for this one?
Carry case for that.
So yeah,
Some more games.
yeah, all the little games that you could play. This was WWE Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You could play wrestling. Monster Force. Dungeon. What does it say? Dungeon Dice Monsters. Oh, Power Rangers. Yeah, this. No, you have to do that. Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Donald Duck Adventure, and then the one we just had in. And then these little cartridges.
For the DS.
This is for the.
The DS, a newer one, the dual screen.
Sorry, this is more
More modern even.
modern because it ran on what looks to me like a normal Yeah. Memory card. So this is a dual screen.
Dual
It
screen.
still comes on.
Yes, yes.
What are we going to play?
But you can't,
Super Mario Brothers. Why not?
but you can't forget the original, no?
The first one.
The first.
That came with Tetris, if I remember correctly.
Okay, you can. They are backwards
Yes.
compatible. So you can play the bigger and the smaller games on them.
But this is more than just a gaming thing. You could do other things with them, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
you can go on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, just reboot the guys.
Oh my god, it's got Disney's Tangled. Before playing, read the health and safety precautions booklet from information.
Okay, it hasn't been set up for time and anything, but it works.
Oh no, I don't want to play a game.
So you took that with you when your dad went fishing, and you took your TV with you.
A portable TV.
This guy actually still works. I had it on last week.
I don't know where this goes.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry.
And as things evolved, they got bigger. A bigger one.
Wow, and I can see where you bought it.
Yep.
Another Nintendo. Which one is this?
The DSXL.
XL.
Yep.
Yo, you paid quite a pretty penny for it, eh?
Nah, discount.
Oh, okay.
And here was Sony's competition to it. See, this PSP fires up.
Oh, yeah, I remember my son had a knockoff version of this.
There's a few of them.
My son had a knockoff. These worked with a little disc, I remember that.
Tiny little CD. Yeah,
Which I remember popped in there. Yes, it came in, yeah?
I played it.
Snooker. Yeah, snooker. These were fun.
This was load shedding's friend.
Before
Bought it broken and fixed it. Buttons didn't work.
faulty sticky keys.
For a whole box of screws.
PSPs were wonderful, and then when PlayStation was still not retarded.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry.
then you got your interesting off-brands from China, like something like this.
Oh,
a radio
yeah.
and a game.
Yeah, look at this. You had a radio and a game. So if you were not listening to hear that, you could listen to your favorite radio station while playing.
Yep.
They thought of everything. Oh, but it's only got AM. Interesting, it's only got AM.
Mm-hmm. Cheap.
Matsushima.
And the thing that killed everything for everybody.
With the iPod.
Yep. And messed up the whole market for tech.
Yeah. And then everyone screwed them when they brought out their smartphones to carry everything in it anyway. If you start this thing up, wow, 8 gig.
Mm-hmm.
8 gig.
This is a Gen 3. Gen 1s are too expensive.
And then you want to really go old school,
Reel to reel.
a reel-to-reel player.
8-inch.
You needed a degree. You needed to be able to fly the space shuttle to operate one of these things properly without messing the whole tape up. But that was cool. When I was growing up, you had something called a bandspeler. That's the Afrikaans word for what that is. And the school still had these that they played reels for us on for whatever reason they did. But I remember these as bandspelers, band players or tape players.
You want a projector? To show projector? Movie projector?
Oh, yeah, why not? Oh, we were going to get to these as well still.
It's niet lightweight, niet. Oh yeah, there's something else. Let me just go grab my ladder.
You still have your Geiger meter.
Yep.
I just want to show that to everyone that these things are radioactive.
I've just got to see if there's a battery.
While he's getting that, come have a look at this.
Yeah, you can have a look at all the first gen and second gen game stations.
So, this is, I never actually played on one, but I remember my dad talking about these. This is an Atari machine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, this was your game was on there. I think it's like a 16-bit or something.
No, it's before 8-bit.
Before 8-bit, so it's
Before
even
8-bit. I
less.
think it's about 4-bit.
So,
The
you
newer
would
cards are
literally
8-bit.
sit and play with this sticky the whole time. I never played on one, but I remember the stories.
This one you can show.
This one is the one I remember the most.
South African fan.
Every South African family at one point had one of these. This was a gaming computer. Yep. Everyone, there's a lot of people on here that will know these. And the lie of the 18-in-1s. And you got one that's 1,001. They just repeated the same games over and over again.
999 times.
You get so excited. I got 1,001 game cartridge.
When you went to the grandparents, you get nostalgic.
See? You could. This was actually a nice one. You could control the sound on the mic and everything.
Oh, you know, that's a genuine Nintendo one. That's like that. I can knock it.
These, we call them TV games, yeah. We call them TV games. I love these. I think my sister still owns the one my parents bought for us when we were kids. Which my dad only brought out. Which my father only brought out for Christmas and your birthday. The rest of the time it was packed away. So summer, if you can look here, there is currently one operational here. Devil, is it this machine?
Yeah, Nintendo.
Okay, so let's start. See if I still have it.
Mario.
Let's see if I still have it. Played for hours and hours and hours trying to rescue the princess. You had to get all these coins, and you got so angry that when you died and you were on 99 coins, because if you get to 100 coins, you get your. Oh, that was a double hill. That was a double kill. Just break some rocks here. So I had the Super Mario version where Mario ran a lot faster than this, and I can still not do this. To this day, I cannot hit that pole at the top.
Speed run plus jump.
I know. I did that, but it never works for me. Hey!
You found the princess?
No, not yet. We're just at the beginning. Let's pause it there. That could keep a kid busy for hours. Oh, there's an OG PS. There's a PS1.
Yeah. The PS Fat.
Where you
Big one. And then
Mickey's Wild Adventure.
when the Walkman was all over, you were the guy in the neighborhood, you had your PS1 in your bag. The PS Slim. There's one in here that actually works.
Wow. Now, I want to show you wow. Most of us remember these. Yeah, but you have a few PS Slims, right?
Yep. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got
Most of us remember
PS2.
this PS2.
It'll work.
I still have mine. Still functioning. I will never ever get rid of it. I started it up the other day. It doesn't work that well on these new modern TVs like they did on the old ones. But a lot of people don't know that this is in actual fact what the first PS2s looked like. They were massive.
And they're backwards compatible. Play PS1 games and 2 games.
Yeah, and then they stopped it.
Yep.
But not this company.
OG Xbox.
This company, which I love to bits. That's why I will only have their products in my house as gaming consoles. All of their games are backwards compatible. Or most of them are. But you can play. There's still Xbox One games, of Xbox OG games on the Play Store that you can play on your modern Series X or S.
Why is it called an Xbox?
I actually don't know.
The architecture on the PC board lays in the form of an X.
Oh.
The way the chips and everything is.
I do believe you have an Xbox 360 as well, eh?
Died.
Oh, did it die? Red Ring of Death.
Laser. New laser's on its way.
Red Ring of Death.
First laser, brand new one, died.
And for our younger viewers, this is called a DVD player. We watched our movies on
And then there's a VHS. That's not plugged in.
And then worse is, that is a VHS player. So
Which is plugged in.
you had to watch movies. Oh my God, from dusk till dawn.
Oh, yes.
You had to watch movies on one of these. They would go in there. And if it's been watched a little too much, the band would have been stretched out a little bit. And then you would get the most awful video quality.
And here's the competition.
This was a Betamax, but Betamax failed. It never. Do you have the cassette that's still on this?
Yeah.
Because I just want to show the difference in size of the cassettes. So this was the size of a Betamax cassette. And this was the size of a VHS cassette. But VHS took over. VHS totally took over.
Due to licensing agreements with the correct companies.
Yeah. So if you were growing up in the 80s and 90s and you saw a Betamax machine, that would have been a weird thing to see. That's a GameCube.
Yep.
I just spotted it now. That is a GameCube. Baby, Gladiator on VHS. You know you're old.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Oh no, seriously?
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Oh my God, gone in 60 seconds on VHS.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Wow, we watched this.
Hello.
We watched this movie a lot.
That's the most used one.
Where did you get a GameCube?
Yeah, where did you find a GameCube? It was never released here.
It's not whether you find one or not, it's how much are you willing to pay to have one. And I'm not going to say.
We never got this in South Africa.
I'm not going to say.
We never got this in South Africa. This is first one I've ever seen that I can actually.
It also works.
That I can actually touch.
It works.
Yes.
Yeah, everything works. Everything works. That's a wonderful thing about Devil's Collection.
And here is that.
Just about everything works.
Here's one that's quite sought after.
Oh,
My Sega machine.
Yeah, the Master System. And that came with big one.
Oh yeah.
Also works.
Look at that.
Castle of Illusion.
Oh,
Sorry.
look at that.
Open. Cartridge. And then,
Believe me, if you didn't do that, it will not work.
ta-da.
I've never seen one.
I've also never seen one yet.
It-
I remember the small little black Sega machines that you used to get, but not this.
You rarely get them complete. I bought the machine separate. I got the cables from a gaming store in Cape Town where they sell the cables. Found the remotes on the internet.
What game?
Lunar Pool.
Look at the size of this cartridge.
It's for the
For what?
for NES, Nintendo Entertainment.
Oh. Again, we didn't get this in South Africa.
No,
We never got Nintendo things in South Africa back in the day.
we got rocks
I think
and stone.
I think it was due to apartheid and all that
Uh-huh.
that we were not allowed to get it in or something. See, one of those lying cassettes.
Yep, there's plenty.
Liars. There's 66 games on. Yeah, it's a repeats of the same games the whole time. There we go. Our biggest liar of all time. The biggest liar of all time.
You want more?
No, I don't think it gets any better than 1,000,000,001.
Exactly. There's more.
Please tell me you have what I hope you have. Oh, my God. When there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. Pinball. Everyone hates pinball. Oh, Robocop. Weird bald-headed Robocop. These are quite interesting. I love this.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, I
A
wanted
poker
to get,
machine.
it's an actual functioning one-arm banded poker. Not a one-arm banded, but a poker machine. It works. He just took the money part out.
I stuck it, so I don't have to put coins in it the whole damn time and take the coins out. So if I want new money, I add new money. So I keep the queen and the king. See, people, don't gamble. 4, 5, 6. I think
What is it standing on top of?
A radiogram.
a valve radio. You know what a valve radio is? It takes about 2 minutes before it starts playing.
Yeah, so the valve needs to warm up.
Yeah.
The resistor,
Glass valves.
the glass valves and stuff.
I
they
have
need to
one
warm up.
somewhere.
And what I loved about these were, we had a similar one when I was growing up, much bigger. It was like a whole room thing you had in the house because it had
That used to be, but it had an accident.
an LP player on the one side, it had one of those on the other side, and then it had this. So I would sit as a kid, and I would sit, and I put it on all the different wavelengths because there was AM, FM, and medium wave, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, and I would slowly sit and turn the knob.
And if you've got a big enough aerial, you put a radio station
I
anywhere.
connected up a very big aerial on top of the roof. I took an old TV antenna and I connected it up on top of the roof. So I would sit as a child for hours and I would just slowly turn this knob on every wave and hear what I can hear from all over the world. And I, at one point, was listening to radio stations in Germany. I was listening to the BBC, all because I was bored. So yeah, here you switch it, you could take it to the gram, so you could play LPs. Now, for those who don't know what an LP is, this is what our music used to be on.
Here's a nice one.
A lot of people are hooked on guitar. I think I've got volume 1. So you would have your music. Oh, this one's pink.
Yep.
It's not black.
No, it's pink.
So if you look closely, for those who don't know, there's a lot of little lines cut in it. So when I was a child, I would put it on the record player, and it would play. And you could literally take a needle, like a sewing needle, and if you held it just right, you could hear the music playing through the sewing needle. Shit we did when we were bored as kids.
Bestseller in the 80s.
Oh, Madonna, True Blue. Okay, so yeah, this album is probably the right color.
Yep, normal black.
So the first LPs were made out of.
No, the first LPs were those gramophone things.
Yeah, but you have to be very careful because they were very fragile.
Shattered. Yeah,
they shattered. Then they came out in vinyl, which was a little bit more flexible and
stronger, much stronger.
Much stronger. And then every dad in the 80s and 90s most likely had a system set up like this.
Some good music.
Oh, bad album on LP.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a compilation system.
Stack system.
My father had a similar setup to this. We as children were not allowed to touch it. If you touched it, you died. It was never the same setup. It was all different parts, like exactly like this one. You've got a Kenwood receiver, a tape deck. You've got a Technics CD player, JVC,
Teak amp, Pioneer,
equalizer, another
Technics tape deck, Pioneer tuner.
And it still works.
Everything works.
It still works.
Everything works.
Everything still works.
But YouTube doesn't like you to.
Yeah, oh well, that was the high part of it. Oh my God, I'm getting attacked by Mercedes-Benzes.
500 SL. Huh? Yeah, SL.
Look at the size of the speakers.
12s.
Here is what was cool.
You can take the cover off.
You can take the front cover off. And you could literally see the music coming through. This one's actually nice because you can tune this one.
Yep.
Get a better, clearer sound.
Yep.
Instead of running it only on the amplifier. Let's just clip this back in.
The reason I use this amplifier has got a very good subwoofer output.